Hi, my name is Kimberly. I live in Barcelona, Spain, and I have been on lockdown for 10 days now. I went to the grocery store today, um, which was a little nerve-wracking, but also exciting because I hadn't been outside in 10 days. So I read some news articles of things you should think about when you go to the grocery store, like, should I wear a mask? Should I wear gloves? What should I or shouldn't I touch? And because I have long hair, I read that you should put your hair up so that you don't have the inclination to touch your hair. So I did that for an abundance of caution. And so when I went out, there was actually quite there were a lot more people than I thought were going to be out. But here, you can go out if you're going to the grocery store. You can go out if you're helping the elderly. Spain has a really large elderly population. And then obviously you can go out if you're an essential employee. I did see some local police cars patrolling the area. I didn't see any of them stopping anybody, but it was interesting to see that, which I don't usually see in my neighborhood. And as I saw other people walking on the street, they too had masks or gloves on, and it's like we would, if one person was coming down, we sort of cross the street to get to the other side so that we're adhering to the 2-meter rule. Anytime there was like a corner, I would walk slowly because I didn't want to run into somebody who was walking up from one direction. Just trying to be very careful. And so when I got to the grocery store, there was actually a line to go in. So here, only a certain number of people can be in the grocery store at one time. It looked to be about, I would say maybe 10 to 15 people were inside. So I had to wait in line, and everyone was, well beyond the 2 meters of each other as we were waiting in line. And then a security guard would wave you in when it was your turn. And so when you're inside, it's like a weird feeling because you don't want to dilly-dally around because you know that other people can't get in until you leave. And then you have this, or in my case, I had a very long list that I had made of things that I wanted to buy, and I wrote it on a piece of paper instead of having it on my phone so I could just throw it away afterwards. And so everything was pretty much stocked. I really wanted instant yeast so that we could make bread, but that was all gone. Tomato paste was all gone. There were very few potatoes, oddly. Well, I guess not oddly. People here are probably making like Spanish tortillas or something. But like toilet paper was there, soap was there. In the meat section, it was mostly the organic meat was left, so I had to buy some of that. And then here we have little signs on the floor that say how far 2 meters are, so you're not waiting in line right behind another person, which was very helpful. I actually thought that I was afraid I was going to touch my face inadvertently while I was in there, but when you have your mask on and you see everybody else with the mask on, it's hard to get your mind off of what's going on, and so you just stay very much in the moment and you know not to touch your face, which I guess is a good thing. And then I was really excited just to be out, but I was carrying 2 really, really heavy bags. I had the mask on, it was hot, the sun was out, and I'm carrying like a 12-pack of beer. And so you're just trying to hurry home because it's really heavy. And so it kind of took away from the excitement of being outside for a little bit. And then when I got in, my partner and I talked about or like strategized, okay, we'll put all of the refrigerated things in one bag and all the non-refrigerated things in another bag so that we would only have to disinfect one bag, and then we could just let the other bag sit for a couple of days before we touched it. And so he had like paved this path so that I wouldn't touch anything when I walked into the apartment. And then we had to disinfect everything that we touched. So so it wasn't too bad. It was a little bit more nerve-wracking than I would have liked. But hopefully it's all worth it. So yeah, thanks for listening.